Hello everybody, welcome to another video, and this time I want to share with you guys the 5 fragrances that I am looking forward to wearing the most this winter. Now I want to start off by saying this is not a top 10 list or even a top 5 list in the case of these fragrances. It's not a seasonal list, and what I mean by that is, I usually make like top 10 fall, top 10 winter. This is not a top fall or winter list by any means. These are just fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing in the winter because of what they remind me of, because of what they evoke, because of the fact that I've worn them in previous years and I just can't wait to wear them again. So what I mean to say is, when putting this list together, I put these fragrances in this list without regard of the density of the notes or how well they perform, because when I make a top 10 winter list or a top 20 winter list, I think about that stuff. I think about how strong they are. I think about how well they can stand up to the cold, harsh climate conditions. These are just fragrances that either the smell reminds me of a Christmas tree, or they have a lot of evergreen notes in them, or they have a lot of spices in them. And for that reason, I can't wait to wear these fragrances this season. So I actually have 5 fragrances for you, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, so let's go ahead and get into the list. Now, the very first fragrance that I want to talk about is a fragrance that has been a staple in my collection for many years. It has actually made #1 on a lot of my lists, and you probably already know what it is just because I talk about it so much. And this one is by a company called Magnetic Scent, and it's called Untitled #2. Now, I always wore this around the holidays, like around the fall and the winter, and I believe I did wear it on Christmas one year, and it smells like spiced chai tea. I think chai does mean mixed spice, so I don't mean to be redundant when I say that, but it smells like masala chai tea. So you have all the spices in there, you have like cinnamon and nutmeg and cardamom, but there's also like a rosy note to it, a little bit of sweetness in the dry down. It has a milky quality about it. Cinnamon is definitely the strongest note, but it's just that coziness about it that really reminds me of the winter. So for that reason, I can't wait to wear it more often. Now, in the intro, you might have heard me talking about a fragrance that smells like a Christmas tree. Well, this one is it. This one is called London. It's by Burberry. So it has like the wool coat here on the front, or the fleece, whatever you want to call it. And it has a lot of resins in there. And it also has a lot of spices in there, like I think cinnamon. And to me, I've always described this as like resembling a cinnamon-scented potpourri, and that's exactly what I get from this one. It does remind me a lot of a Christmas tree, so it's one of these fragrances that I wear just to get myself in the spirit, you know? As a matter of fact, I actually wear these like in the early fall as well, because, Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. So whenever I can wear something that puts me in that frame of mind, I do it. Same thing with the summer, like even if it's early spring, I still wear my summer favorites because it puts me in the mood for summer. Anyway, all psychological, but you guys know what I mean. The next one that I want to talk about is, again, very quickly climbing the ladder of being one of my favorite scents. It's by a company called Imaginary Authors, and this one is called Cape Heartache. Now, this one has notes of Douglas fir, pine resin, western hemlock, vanilla leaf, strawberry, and because it has that pine and that fir note, it reminds me a lot of maybe like a pine forest or like a Christmas tree, and it has like a resinous quality about it. There's a store right by my house that, believe it or not, is an ice cream shop during the summer, but it turns into a Christmas tree shop during the winter. And when I'm coming home, I always pass it, and the smell that emanates from the yard and the store itself is so strong, and every time I smell it, it just puts me in that mindset for winter, and this smells like it. So for that reason, I look forward to wearing this one a lot. The other one is by Tom Ford, and this one is called Tobacco Vanille. This one has a really spicy sort of vanilla scent with the overtone of tobacco. And just the combination of those two notes really puts me in the mindset for winter. But it's really just, it's the fact that I've worn it in this season in previous years. And for that reason, I'm looking forward to wearing it a lot, just because it's going to conjure up memories of what I've done in previous years, and I always have great times around the holidays, so can't wait to wear this one. And the last one that I want to talk about, it was a close call. I wanted to mention Eau Noir by Dior, which is one of my favorite scents, but I can guarantee you it's going to make my top 10 winter list because it's a rather dense composition. It doesn't really remind me of Christmas, but it reminds me of the winter. This one reminds me of the holidays, and this one is by L'Artisan Parfumeur, and it's called Vanille Absolument. formerly known as Havana Vanille. And this one bears, I guess you could say, some similarity to Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille because it has a spiced vanilla to it, but it doesn't have a tobacco note, but it also has something in it that reminds me of pumpkin. I know that's strange, but like I remember one year I was carving a jack-o'-lantern, got some pumpkin on my fingers. I remember smelling my fingers and I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of Vanille Absolument, but something about it reminds me of pumpkin. And the perfumer is Bertrand Duchaufour, who's also done a Frappin. He's done a lot of other fragrances for L'Artisan Parfumeur. He's actually one of my favorite perfumers, right next to Annick Minardo and a few others. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I just wanted to make this really quick video, let you guys know what fragrances I was looking forward to wearing the most over the holiday season. As you know, I'm a teacher, so for the holidays I get a 10-day break. It's not really a break for me because I'm still calling parents and sending home progress reports and grading papers and updating Power School and doing a lot of things, but nonetheless, over that break, I can't wait to wear these 5 fragrances. So guys, let me know, what fragrances are you looking forward to wearing the most this holiday season? Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.